Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. So today is going to be an interesting one because I have been vindicated. Vindication beard is here and I'm going to stay. So let's dive in. At first, a little bit of story time. I wanted to talk about this article here. The artist whose designs were used in Bungie's marathon without permission says the dispute has been resolved to my satisfaction. That is really, really nice. But as always, you will find everything in the description box down below. Even though we are not going to talk about this one, even though I really like the outcome, this one here caught my eye. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond review Ocarina of Prime, 3 out of 5 stars, and that was... Wait, what? What? The game is coming out tomorrow. What is happening? Then I clicked on it, and I am incredibly happy. Not because the game is bad or anything, it is aggressively mid. It's an okay game. Sadly, it's not the Prime game we deserve, because even though I don't have a Switch 2, I don't want to support Nintendo that much anymore. I was looking forward for Nintendo Prime 4, for Metroid Prime 4. And I just wanted to buy it and, yeah, well, emulate it on my PC because I'm buying the physical copy of the game. But now, again, this caught my eye, 3 out of 5, which is basically 60%. And so I read through everything here, and everything that is Metroid, so Metroid Prime, is fantastic, but the issue here is it's not as much as it should be, because Metroid is an isolated game. You are playing alone. You are Samus, the most badass bounty hunter, one of the most badass bounty hunters in gaming industry and gaming history. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because I've been vindicated and I love it. Because everyone says, no, you're wrong, this is not an open world game, Miles is only at the beginning, and the other NPCs are going to be good, and so on and so on. And I said this is going to be an open world game, the psychic abilities are crap because you can just, those can be anything. I can move my blasters and rockets with my psychic abilities. Those could have been just guided rockets, guided missiles, whatever you want. Oh, you can use your psychic ability to grab on a ledge. Wow, these are not psychic abilities. If I think about psychic abilities, I think about I'm going to crush this enemy in the distance with my mind. I'm going to tear down this chunk of rock from the ceiling like I have the power of the Force from Star Wars. Anything like that, and not the regular, oh yeah, we need something new for this game. And some self-insert in the writing team came up with, or the dev team, oh, what about psychic abilities? I always wanted to be a witch, and you know who I'm talking about if you've seen my earlier videos. But yeah, I've been right, and as much as I like that, I don't like what has happened to Metroid 4. We're going to just go over this specific part. We also have this lady here. Is this a new suit? And you will see what this is about in a moment. Most of Metroid Prime 4's NPC companions feel jarringly out of place. So, oh no, let's go a little bit earlier. I'm sorry. So, also, I forgot. Again, I'm all over the place. Design director... who wrote this? Bill Vanderwoerd? I don't know how to pronounce this name. I'm sorry. Is this from the Netherlands? Vanderwoerd? I don't know. Oh, here, Andy Robinson. Okay, that is an easy name for me. So Andy did a great job with this review here. So the biggest compliment I can give Prime 4 is that at its core, even after 18 years, it feels like the series never went away. Despite turbulent development and decades of personal changes, the Switch game mechanically and aesthetically lives up to the series' past, even if its worlds, creatures, and abilities can lean a bit too conservatively in their design. Exploring derelict research labs and scurrying through platforming tubes in morph ball form, boosting up a half pipe and grappling to a humming missile expansions is as compelling as ever, even though it's been done better before, especially when the art and studio direction is this sublime. Again, gameplay is good, aesthetics, and I've said this earlier as well. They did a lot of beautiful tricks, and basically they trick your eye that the game looks better than it is, which is fantastic. I'm all for that. Do all the tricks you have to do to make a game look better while running well, without frame drops or anything. So this is amazing. And again, I gave them credit where credit is due. The game looks, at most parts, the indoor parts, it looks really good. As we've come to expect from Nintendo's retro studios, the art direction here is fantastic. The world of Vuros is a captivating odyssey with environments that feel simultaneously ancient and alive. Alien wildlife scurries across tree branches, icy winds batter your suit, rain trickles down your visor, and Samus's actions in the story have meaningful consequences for the scenery around her. Everything I read here is love. It's just that. So, however, as the story unfolds, Prime 4's traditional Metroid gameplay increasingly feels foreign with the framework of its own game, as the shadowy corridors make way for open-world fetch quests and Halo-style expeditions with AI companions. This leaves Beyond feeling like a diluted experience that, rather than focusing what series fans want, too often feels like a series of awkward compromises. Oh boy, and this is just it. In a couple of earlier videos where I talked about Metroid Prime 4, because again, I'm excited for this game. I'm still, it's fine. If it's on discount, I will buy it now. Maybe, let's just wait and see. And I said it's an open world game and it's just going to go the same way like, oh, Breath of the Wild did it, Tears of the Kingdom did it. Now, Nintendo games have to be the same. They're going to do the same thing like every other AAA studio. Oh, but Fortnite did it. Oh, but that game did it. We have to do the same, chasing the carrot on the stick, basically, which is a bad thing to do. Metroid was always a great game in itself, and we just want more Metroid. Give us the shadowy corridors, the horror aspects, the exploration, the sense of discovery. And this is just gone here. First, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the nerd in the room, or more accurately, the Miles McKenzie in your earpiece. To purists, the addition of chatty support characters to a Metroid game sounds about as appealing as a weekend with everybody want to Switch. I don't know that reference, I'm sorry. I was expecting something like as appealing as a weekend with the in-laws or something like that. However, their presence in Prime 4 in the form of a squad of stranded Federation troopers whom Samus rescues throughout the story isn't an issue by itself, but rather their clumsy implementation with an overall weak story. And I have something really funny for that one, just a moment. Miles, as feared from those divisive initial previews, turns out to be the main supporting character in the game. gracing players with his Jar Jar Binks brand of comedy quips via intercom messages and regular visits throughout the game. Oh boy. The other cast members are also flimsy caricatures, including the equally irritating Armstrong, a Samus fangirl who winces at the bounty hunter's presence and at one point even asks for her autograph. Yes, because this is what we want in a Metroid game. Of course, of course. So, again, do you remember when I said, yeah, Miles is probably in the early beginnings of the game physically with you, but later on, when you're on Viola, riding through the empty desert, which is an open world because you're collecting resources, you're doing quests, you're fighting enemies, it's just an empty space. And you can go to one spot, then to the next one. And also, there is a video further down that's been linked, and yeah, I've watched this one. And the thing here is also, you have, like, he said it the best, like in Skyward Sword, where you have beams out somewhere on the map where you can just look into that direction and you know, oh, I have to go there. Where is the sense of exploration? Where did it go? What happened to Metroid? But then again, we have Miles always in your earpiece because I said he's going to talk to you over Vox communication or telephone or whatever. And I was right. Here I am, victorious. And it doesn't stop there. Again, here, Samus fangirl Armstrong. Is this a new suit? This is her. And I'm really, really happy that I said that the sniper has the most unique design except from Miles. Because he's just an idiot. And the sniper character is the one that fits the most into the story and into the whole vibe of Metroid. That is just, it's so soothing to my soul right now. And yeah, we're not going to go through everything here because it's just too much. The video is down here, but again, I'm going to link it in the description box as well. Let's just look a little bit here at the comments. A lot of whiplash going from the Giant Bomb review to this one. Well, substantiated points though. Looking forward to Thursday. I mean, the points are really, really good. You can also see that he's the reviewer, that he cares. And it's just, he's not really hurt. I don't want to put emotions into him that he probably doesn't feel, but you can see that he's a little bit disappointed, and that's really, really sad. Then, where was it? Why are there so many commenters agreeing or disagreeing with this? If that haven't played the game yet? What is this? But yeah, so I see this everywhere. Why are you talking about this game? You haven't played it. Yeah, but that's why we're looking at reviews. This is why we gather information, because we just have a limited amount of time, not even per day, per week, per month, per year, but as in our lifetime. It is limited. It's just as simple as that. You know what else is limited? Because this is probably for many people more important. Money. Why should I spend my hard-earned money for a game that in the end just does not look like fun or just does not do the things I want? It's just as simple as that. I'm not going to the restaurant and say I want French fries and what I get is, I don't know, a salad. I wanted French fries. And I want a Metroid game. Yes, again, he said that there are the Metroid sequences where it goes back to being a Metroid game are great, are incredible. He says this. It's in the review. But the rest, it's just not it. And I don't have to play the game to see that it's not something that I want to spend my money on. It's just as simple as that. If you want to love the game, if you love the game, that is great. But the feelings of other people are just as valid as yours. Then a hint system that you can just turn off is a lost technology, it seems. What were they thinking? So, yeah, there is the hint system. You can turn it off, but the voice acting is still there. Miles is still going to talk into your ear every now and again. It's just the tutorials that are turned off. And even my cat just did a cute sound while she was sleeping. I don't know if you heard that one. Even if you turn off voice acting, it's basically still there because you still get the big pillars of light in the background and everything. But yeah, let's go here again because usually I'm not here on Metacritic. I'm not the biggest fan of the site, but it's really easy to gauge what, well, at least at this point, the outlets are saying about the game. And you can see Metroid Prime 4 is, as of right now, the lowest of the primes. Oh no, Federation Force is 64. Prime Pinball, I don't count that one. But yeah, you can see usually they're at... Okay, this is not Metroid anymore. That they're usually at the 90 or above range. So let's click on this one here. Because, no, pause this. First of all, I don't trust anyone who gives a 100 out of 100 to a game. That is just not possible. Or a 10 out of 10. It's just... What is this? Despite a few tweaks and new features, motion controls, psychic powers, a non-linear hub world, which is an open world, and the occasional side character, this is Metroid Prime through and through. It's without a doubt the closest the series has ever felt to the original Metroid Prime. Which is a lie, by the way, because we now know that the occasional characters are not occasional, and the psychic powers are just gadgets you have for your weapons and or your suit. Those are not psychic powers. Then let's go a little bit here. The Guardian. I might have been disappointed by Metroid Prime 4 if it had come out in 2010. But now, after such a long break, I'm happy to return to this anachronistic way of playing. Slow, laborious, sometimes annoying. It's a reunion tour for rather than a revival. Where is it? For the Metroid Prime series, some of the new material doesn't hit, but the classic stuff is still just as great as ever. So yeah, this is one of the balanced ones. Let's go a little bit. Game Cult. Let's open this. Oh god, this is much. But why do those outlets, oh no, this outlet, give them a 60 out of 100? It's obvious. Metroid Prime 4 is the weakest entry in the Prime series. Is the full restart from scratch to blame? We will probably never know. But this central desert to that impoverishes... Oh god, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Even though I took my medication. The overall level design is a major flaw one simply cannot overlook, as its harmful influence can be felt throughout the entire game. Again, remember the open world fetch quests and the Halo-style AI missions. Add to that an omnipresent and irritating hand-holding, a story that handles its antagonist and secondary characters very clumsily, not outright terrible, but of questionable interest, and we end up with an experience that does not live up to our high expectations. Even so, it's hard not to enjoy a proposal that is technically very solid, with a dynamism and freedom in combat that feel genuinely pleasant and are supported by plenty of good little ideas. Again, this sounds like it's spot on, so I I think the 70 here is probably the best one because again it's aggressively mid. There is another 100. You can see the bias in those. Of course, Nintendo's are going to give the game a 100. Level Up, Nintendo, Video Chumps, Nintendo Live. I like the guys, they're lovely people. But I don't trust the 90 here because again the problem is and always will be humor hits different for for every person. The Saudi gamer give it a 90, Game Over in Greece a 90, Portugal 90, Voxel 90. There are a lot of those, but then again you can see a little bit of the bias here and there. And there is an argument to be made that I'm also biased for the lower ones, but then again, I say it's about a 70, probably. As, wait, what do they say? Screen Rant. Metroid Prime 4 dips and dives so often you won't be stuck in a section you aren't enjoying for too long. This is a very charming way to say that you will not enjoy a lot of the game, but it's fast-paced. This is what I read here. Then just two quick other things. We have here Nintendo Prime, because again I was looking at Nintendo Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4 things, and this just came to my attention. Solid but below franchise standards, which it is. Got a feeling this will be another RAM situation where I love this way more than the reviewers do. Lol. Yeah, because you do not chill for Nintendo, don't you? Nintendo Prime. What does? It's not solid, it's a pretty low score relatively to the Metroid franchise. Yeah, many reviewers actually like this game a lot, some saying it's maybe their favorite after Metroid Prime 1, despite the given score. Scores are like grades, they can't exactly give it a 9 because you like it since you still got a score objectively. Okay, yeah, well, I really liked Other M 2. You're a shill, of course you love it. Halo is better. Okay, yeah, I mean, Halo is also not in the best spot right now. And then we have it here again from Logan Plant. I have no idea who this individual is. Calling all Zelda fans who miss the traditional Ocarina of Time style, play Metroid Prime 4. Like Prime 2 and 3, it has more self-contained areas with key upgrades and great bosses. It's the closest thing in Nintendo's current lineup to the old style, and it does it very well. Again, an open world game, which there is an argument to be made. All of this, it's a hub world. The Hyrule Plains are a hub world. The desert is a hub world. No, it's not. They just is segregated the correct word? No, probably not. They just chopped these off back in the day because the N64 wasn't capable of just loading the things. I mean, you had to go from area to area. That was just the limitation back then. But just look at, again, Breath of the Wild. The temples are basically the only things with their small little puzzles where you have a loading screen or you just teleport from one end to the other. It's just an open world game. A hub world is something like in, I don't know, Tekken 8, where I go into the area with my self-made character and I can say, oh yeah, I want to go here and do shopping for my character. I want to go here and play against my friends. I want to go here and play ranked. This is a hub world. Or the same thing like in 2XKO or any other fighting game. These are hub worlds. Whenever we are in games like, again, Breath of the Wild, Metroid Prime 4, Beyond, those are open worlds. Xenoblade Chronicles is an open world game, basically. But yeah, no matter what I say, the Nintendo shields will come and say, but you're wrong! You're wrong! What are you saying? Miles is the best character and Armstrong, she just loves Samus. Yeah, I think I hit that spot on. But yeah, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe. And if you want, you can share this video with your friends. And please turn off YouTube's restricted mode. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic, stay hydrated, and I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.